Hello. Hello, Yarn Prepper. I know I'm a little bit early. I've never done a live before, so I'm excited. I think if I'm going to do more of these, I need to get a webcam. Let me see if I turn the light on if it gets better. Hold on. I'll be right back. That's a little better. Hey, Andrea. Oh, Aldi had no family packs of chicken breasts. Oh, man. Van City. What's up, Shannon? How you doing? Hi, Rita. Yeah, I need to go grocery shopping this week. We'll see what they get. Last week, I did not step foot in a grocery store. I've had so much going on. It's been insane. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I'm available and open for questions. My friend Claudia made me this shirt. Yeah, I need to set up a merch store, I think. So I was reading today a very interesting article about inflation from the Epoch Times. I kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. Let me just find it. Okay. It's about the inflation number slows to 8.3, remains near a 40-year high. Let me find it. Yeah, are you guys doing the 5-can challenge? I'll definitely be doing that this week. Hey, Sierra. For whatever reason, my Epoch Times app is not loading the story that I want. But anyway, I read in a couple other articles that they're saying that inflation is going down, but I'm wondering what you guys are seeing at your local stores and just the overall vibe. Do you feel like inflation is going down because the mainstream media is talking about it? I actually got a red banner across my Yahoo at work today just saying, oh, inflation's so down. It's so great. Oh, the 5-can challenge. Rita, that is over on Instagram, and I'm not sure who's hosting it, but there is a host on Instagram where you buy 5 extra cans for your pantry, and you put them away, and you flash your 5 cans and post a picture of it on Insta. Sierra, you're not late. I definitely went on a little bit early because I've never done a live before. Chicken feed is outrageous. It's crazy. You don't do Insta? That's okay. You can still do the 5-can challenge. I know, Natalie, we need to get chicken food this week. A little update. We lost my rooster, Kanye. He got bit by a rattlesnake and died. It was so sad. The rattlesnake was in our garden. And hey, Karen. And so when we went to put the chickens up, Kanye was all paralyzed on one side, and he made it about 3 days. So I don't think the rattler may have gotten him all the way, may have just nicked him with his fang or something. But Mr. Biggs was out in the garden, and he stuck his hand down in the turnips to grab a turnip and pull it up, and there was a rattlesnake right there. I was in the house, and he called me. He goes, "Get out here," because there's a rattlesnake in the garden. So we did chop the rattlesnake's head off, and then he had to go, the rattlesnake. And it was so funny because in 2013, on the very same day, we found a rattlesnake on our property, the same very day. It was I think May 9th. Not good. And we let our little dog run around in the garden, Cookie. If you've seen my videos, you've probably seen Cookie. And that particular night, I was like, no, I'm going to stay in the house and finish the dishes. I'll be out later. And there was a rattlesnake in the garden, so that definitely would have killed her. Hey, August Rain and Karen. And greetings from Norway. I can't believe it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Hoopty Homestead doing the 5-can challenge. Yeah. So we're getting a new rooster tomorrow. My father-in-law actually has 2 roosters, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of hens, so he's going to give us a rooster. So we will see what this new rooster's name is. Every item on the shelf is half the size, half full, and triple the price. I know. It's crazy. The little cans of mushrooms that used to be 2 for $1 are now 89 cents. It's nuts. And I haven't opened one of the new mushroom cans yet, but I am noticing that anything that I'm buying that's recent, the quality is so poor. It's just so poor. I have a video on my phone my friend sent to me. There were bacon. I'll have to post it as a short. It was bacon, and it was just crammed into the vacuum sealed pack, but it was just all crazy. Yeah, what is a KJ's? Is that a grocery store? What all grocery stores do you guys have in your area? Oh, Jennifer, I really like that. Thank you for the nice words. I'm all about being like on a super low budget or spending like no money on stuff. So I'm always up for ideas for prepping for free. Plus, it helps people out. A lot of people think that prepping is super expensive, or you have to spend a lot of money or have a lot of space or a lot of gear or whatever. It's just not. Yeah. Hey, Linda. What's up, girl? Next time we'll have to do a stream, me and Linda. We'll talk pantries. You have Aldi and Kroger. I wish we still had a Kroger here in Ocala, but we don't. Our Kroger sold out. Walmart and Meijer. Tops is a grocery store in West New York. Okay. I have Walmart, Publix, Aldi. We have a Harvey's, which is a Southeast grocer, and also a Winn-Dixie. And that's about it. We don't really have a good variety of grocery stores here in Ocala. In the Forest, there's only one, and that's the Winn-Dixie. They are super high, super crazy high. You really have to take a look at packaging when you buy anything. The stores have a lot of tricks to make you think that you're getting more when in reality you're getting less, and the prices. I totally agree, Linda. Totally agree. When you go in, somebody posted on Instagram, and I think it was Prepper Pantry Mom or so, regular mom, prep something. Anyway, I love her. she posted that a cake mix is not the same size as a cake mix was last year. So when you're cooking like a little recipe that calls for a cake mix, you actually have to adjust the other ingredients down because there's not as much stuff in the cake mix as there used to be. Yeah, she made a recipe and it failed, and she was like, I wonder why this failed. And she went back and the cake mix was not the same size. It's yeah, and the quality of the ingredients too is awful. They're putting more cheap stuff in and less of the good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad my husband didn't get hit by the rattlesnake too, because that would have been completely devastating. It was like about 7 o'clock at night, and really, I mean, the nearest fire station is 10 miles away, and the nearest hospital is almost an hour away. So that would have been crazy. It usually takes about a half an hour to get an ambulance in our area. So if we called 911, it would take them a minimum of 30 minutes. And I know living in the forest, we have a lot of life flights that come out here because people are, acting crazy out in the woods with their ATVs or whatever. And it takes a solid 45 minutes, and you have to meet them about 10 miles from our house. There's a big parking lot where 18-wheelers park. So the ambulance has to bring you to the place where you can get life flighted out. Yeah. I agree, Andrea. Quality has gone down since last fall. I just noticed that even the mouthfeel on some foods, like I've always bought this brand and here I go and I'm going to buy it again. And you eat it and you're like, this is not the same mouthfeel. It's not the same anything to me. Yeah. Especially pre-made, or what Steve Poplar at Popular Preparedness calls a secondary product, like bagels, gluten-free bagels, or like any kind of mixes or sauces, things like that. They just don't taste the same. Yeah. I'm just glad that it didn't get our dog. I'm really sad about Kanye, the rooster, getting killed. Wow. Karen says, in Burbank, California, I don't know how to make it pop up with the little thing. I don't know how to do that. This is my first time going live, y'all, so thank you for hanging out with me. In Burbank, California, it's insane. Also, at the 99-cent store, all things are $3.99 and above. Well, that is not a 99-cent store anymore now, is it? That's inflation. Yeah, more liquid in the cans now to make up the weight. I opened a can of sweet potatoes to make cookies some dog food, and it was all liquid and hardly no sweet potatoes. It was insane. Great big can, like a 20-ounce can. Hardly no potatoes in there. Somebody busted me in a comment once that hardly no. She's like, that is not real. That is not an English thing, hardly no. But this is the South, and we do that. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with Linda. You really have to watch your packaging. And even sometimes they'll put the newer stuff in the front, and then you might be able to get some older stuff maybe in the back if they don't rotate it well, which is always a nice find if you can do that. So are you guys seeing inflation out there? Because I definitely am. And then that little article about, inflation is just, it's not at the highest it ever was. Isn't that great news? And yeah, not so much. Nobody here preps. Yeah, it's so funny. I know you know a recipe for making baby formula. I think it'd be a great idea to post. So I posted a picture on my Instagram, and if nobody's following me on Instagram, it's the Bigs Prep all squished together at Instagram. I posted a little infographic thing on Insta with like an old-fashioned baby formula thing. I'll post it on my community page, that way you guys can check it out. But that's what I was raised on, was like Karo syrup, evaporated milk, and water. And was it optimal? Probably not. Am I alive? Yes. So if there's no other formula, that is scary to me as a mother. Scary. And I know I've bought plenty of formula for our local domestic violence shelter. Having been a client there, It's an amazing program for women. And I cannot imagine being in a domestic violence shelter, one, and not having formula for my baby, two. Like, that's something that women should not have to stress out about, is feeding their kids. And I'm a fed is best mom. I don't care what you do as long as you are able to feed your child. Yeah, God did protect Jeremy and the puppy. So I'll post it on the community page, but the recipe is 13 ounces of evaporated milk, 20 ounces water, 2 level tablespoons of Caro corn syrup. Put 4 ounces each into 6 bottles and feed every 3 to 4 hours. Make sure that your baby has water twice a day. It says you can feed your baby tea. Probably should not do that. Yeah, Andrea, I agree. Liquid vitamins. My mom had a little dropper that had liquid vitamins in it. And she gave it to me so long, I actually remember like getting home from kindergarten and taking it under my tongue. Yeah. So evaporated milk has added vitamin D in it. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then it also says vitamins at 10 days old and orange juice at 3 weeks, 1 tablespoon of orange juice in your bottle. So that's probably more for like electrolytes. You didn't wear your shirt. Yeah, the sardines I buy are ban everything. I love the name of your channel. The sardines I buy are no longer packed tight in the cans. Looks like some are missing. I'm on SSI with no transportation, so I order 18 cans of chicken of the sea sardines and olive oil for $22. Yes to the liquid vitamins. Yeah. Colloidal silver, awesome stuff. I've done that before. Yeah. So now if you have a baby in your life or you know someone who has a baby, might be some time to put up some evaporated milk cans and some of those liquid vitamins. I don't know where you could buy those, but I'm sure they probably have them on Amazon or maybe even Walmart.com so that babies don't go hungry. It's not a matter of, breast is best or bottle fed or anything. Just put some food in the baby. That's all we need. We don't need to fight about it. As women, yeah, just feed the kid and make it happy. That's pretty much it. Rita can't have dairy because of allergies, so she got soy milk and sugar water. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Andrea bought liquid vitamins at Walmart 14 years ago. When I was little, like my mom remembers going to the pharmacy and picking them up, and they had a whole section of just baby vitamins because they didn't have formula back in the olden days when I was a child. In the 19s, as my niece says, like the 1900s. She kills me. Oh, that's right. You were born in the 19s. Ouch. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to put those all in caps and I'll make sure to answer them. And thank you so much for everybody being here. There's 20 people here and 19 people hit the like button, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, wet nurses. Absolutely. And like back when people had tribes and things like that, they women just nursed each other's babies. That's how it was. They didn't have a designated, person. Any nursing mother would nurse any baby. Yeah. During the Depression, they had wet moms. Yeah. Not just the Depression. That's been a thing probably since humans were here. Oh my goodness. Karen says that her gasoline is over $7 a gallon. Woo! On my way home today, I saw gas. It was $4.29, $4.25 for the cheap stuff. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to gassing up. Not at all. I drive like a car, like a 4-door, not even a mid-size car. It's a small car. It was $48 to fill it the other day. Linda, I agree. The Gosner milk with some vitamins or something that would work. Yeah, something's better than nothing. And they recommend in the little thing I'm going to post on my community page when we come off of here that the milk gets cut with water, half and half. Yeah. Oh, thanks for hitting the thumbs up, Rita. Apartment preppers here. Hey, Nicole Marie, Ohio, 429 here. It was just under $3 2 days ago. Holy smoke! And Governor DeSantis just signed some sort of relief bill for Floridians, and also he put a little clause in there about giving tax breaks to people who want to fortify their homes. And I'm all about that. I need to read more about that this weekend and find out. Our Department of Agriculture May 9th started a free seeds program to anybody in Florida that would like to start a garden. Nikki Friedman is our Department of Agriculture head. She's awesome. And I think that, not to be political, but I think if DeSantis runs for president, that she may run for governor. She'd be a great governor. And she made the free seed program. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage. We have a local homesteaders group here out in the forest, and I shared that. Everybody's so excited to get in touch with our community extension and get those free seeds. Linda, you're so nice. Yeah, free seeds to anybody that wants to grow a victory garden in Florida. Yeah, and we have perfect weather here for growing pretty much all year round. If you've watched my gardening videos, our local hardware store had free collard greens, and I have a whole row of them that were just free little collard green starts. Collard greens were very popular in the South during like the Civil War and the Depression because you can throw a seed down and it will grow and you don't really have to do anything to it. Collard greens are super high in iron. They have a lot of nutrients in them. So a lot of people survived on beans, greens, and wild hog meat. Yeah. That's why I joke all the time. What's on the menu? Beans, greens, and wild hog meat. Because we do hunt our own hog. They're a nuisance animal here. You can hunt them anytime. And we've been known to string them up out front in the tree, skin them, butcher them ourselves, and then can them up. Laura Ingalls cookbook at our library. So many books. Yeah, exactly. I just got a library card on Saturday, and I was so excited to see all of the cool books that had prepping information. And I know Mr. Biggs is going to go back with me next time just to check out. I have a personal Facebook page. I'm getting ready to rebrand my other channel. That's a sneak peek for everybody. It's going to be the Biggs Homestead Kitchen. So we'll be doing more videos on how to cook from long-term storage. I have a really cool recipe I'm going to try out maybe this weekend if I get time for chickpea donuts. And they're made with canned chickpeas and they're chocolate. And I am so excited to try that. It's ridiculous. You like take the chickpeas and mash them up and make a chocolate dough with gluten-free flour, and then you bake them. So yeah, but the rebrand of my other channel is coming, and it's going to be the Biggs Homestead Kitchen. We're going to do a lot more cooking from the garden, cooking from long-term storage, meal planning from long-term storage, stuff like that. So this will be a prepping channel, and the other channel will be more of a, what do I do with all this rice? Like, how do I make all these meals with all this rice or beans that I put away or whatever? Adapt 2030 just did a post about fulvic minerals. I love Adapt 2030. Super great channel. Super great channel. I don't do any of the prep stuff on Facebook. Yeah, I have my real name on Facebook, so I need to, when I rebrand my channel, I'll put all that together. Watch your library. Yeah, our library has books out front that you can purchase all the time. They're like $0.25. It's crazy. Sierra, I don't blame you for not using your real name on Facebook. Mr. Biggs is a lucky man, Alex. You are darn tootin' he is. But I'm a lucky woman, too, because he spoils me with new roosters and canning jars and trips to Rural King. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how God saw fit to put us together, but there we are. What's my take on silver and gold? If you have a year worth of food and you have a 6-month cash emergency fund and you have no debt, silver and gold is your ticket, especially silver. But if you don't have those things, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Catherine Austin Fitz says, always have enough gold to bribe the guards, and she's not wrong. So if you want to put a little bit back, that's probably the best thing. If you look at like when they locked down Warsaw or they locked down towns in Germany during World War II, the people who had enough gold to bribe the guards were the ones that got out. The rest of the people sat there and starved. So it's yeah. It's a sad thing to have to think about. Let's see. I love Adapt 2030. Really good channel. And Ice Age Farmer. I've been following him for years, like probably longer than I'd like to admit. But Christian, he's been spot on about everything. About everything. Oh, you have Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry, Karen. Everybody, a moment of silence for Karen. She needs prayers because that's not great. Yeah, Florida, I'm so glad I live here. So glad. And Maine which I'm originally from Maine, but Maine just passed a right to food law where people are allowed to grow gardens even in subdivisions because they have a right to food, which is interesting. It's kind of like a little precog there. It's kind of like a little wink, wink, like, we know what's coming, but we're not going to tell you, but here you go. You can have the right to food. But it made me question, why do I need the right to food? Isn't that a human right? But maybe not. I don't know. The states are doing the right thing by passing laws like that. I know that West Virginia just opened up a seed program as well. Does anybody else have seed programs in their states? Because that's it's going to be important coming up. Yeah, silver and gold. Well, I don't. What do you guys? What do you guys want me to talk about? Yeah, a lot of people are leaving. There's okay, during the Great Depression, there were mass migrations through the country as people looked for work and they looked for better conditions. And I have a feeling that may be a trend coming up, is that people will be traveling to other parts of the United States trying to find what they're looking for as far as governance but I'll tell you what, everybody and their brother is moving to Florida right now. Our roads are not meant to handle this much traffic, especially in Ocala. Man, Ocala is not meant. We're a sleepy little city, and it has grown so much. So much. Everybody's moving here, and a lot of the snowbirds are not going back. They're from Massachusetts, they're from Connecticut, they're from states where they've been locked down and still are. And yeah, it's really sad because they don't want to go home. They sell their houses and they stay here, which, that's good, I guess. Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah, there were some really great books to check out are the books that were written about that era. John Steinbeck writes a lot of books. I was obsessed with John Steinbeck when I was in high school for whatever reason. He writes a lot of books about the Depression and how the experience was. And I know that they're fiction, but still, it's a good accounting to get like kind of a handle, like a thumb on the pulse of what people were feeling and thinking. Donuts right now, and I love chickpeas. I can't wait to make that video, a chickpea donut video. Mr. Biggs was like, please do not feed me that, but it's going to be delicious. He just doesn't know it yet. He's going to be suspicious, though. I wouldn't tell him, but he already knows. So, yeah. Should have weighed potatoes and then called the company. Yeah. Does anybody else do that? If they have a 10-pound bag of potatoes, does anybody weigh them to see if there's one that's a little bit more? I do. Because sometimes they're not quite 10 pounds and I want my money. I want my money's worth. I'm cheap. Yeah, I'm excited for the chickpea donuts. I'm excited on my other channel, the Big's Homestead Kitchen, which is getting rebranded probably for June 1st. I'm going to be doing some Depression era recipes like the eggless cakes and the like basically Depression food. I'm excited to try out some different recipes and see. A lot of things that were really cheap during the Depression are not cheap now. Like raisins used to be very inexpensive during the Great Depression, and they are not now. And a lot of people use like canned. I love Depression era recipes too. Rito uses the scale at the grocery store. I love doing that. The people are like, "What are you doing?" I want my money's worth. I'm so crazy. Mr. Biggs hates shopping with me. He's like, "What? Stop it. Just put it in the cart." Well, I'm probably going to hop off of here in about 5 minutes. If you guys want to ask me any questions last minute. And if you want me to do more live videos, just let me know and I will hook that up. I'll make some time and clear my schedule for more live videos. I will talk about my pantry for a second. It took me 7 years to get my pantry the way that it is now. I used to live in a tiny house. I used to live in 650 square feet with 2 gigantic teenage boys, Mr. Biggs, and 3 dogs. Yeah, it was quite an experience. And hey, Thomas, so we used to prep in that tiny space with all those people. And then we bought the house next door to us, which is a beautiful house. And it came with a pantry room. And it was like my dream. So setting that up, we bought the house in 2017. And then I knew I was getting my massive pantry. No questions about it. What are my tips for teeth issues? Well, someone said soldiers who went to war brought 2 gold. Yes. Yeah, I would believe that. My tips for teeth issues is do your preventative care now. Mr. Biggs is setting up an appointment at the dentist. They couldn't get him in until August. But I want him to get his teeth fixed, and I have different teeth than most people. I actually cracked one the other day, and so I have like 4 dentist appointments scheduled now. But that's the reason why they're so pretty. And yeah, the dentist is it's not my favorite place to go. We're all about this year getting all the medical stuff checked off. I'm getting a thermogram this year. I'm getting a women's wellness this year. I had a hysterectomy last year. Mr. Biggs had surgery last year to take care of. He had an intestinal fistula. It's a hole that creates in the intestines and works its way out of the body. So we had to have that repaired. We've been about checking off all of the medical stuff. We're getting his teeth done, going to the eye doctor, getting new glasses, all of it. And it's super important because if you're caught at the end, like all I can think of is Tom Hanks in Castaway. He had the tooth and he kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then when it all came down, the tooth was what almost killed him. Yeah. All right, you guys. This has been so fun. I need to do a live again soon. Thank you to Yarn Prepper and Van City Prepper for hopping in here and doing my mod. This was super, super fun. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to, hurricanes will be bad this year. I have a feeling. Florida has been a bad influence on some of the other states. And I have a feeling that we're going to be getting some hurricanes this year because we'll need federal help when hurricanes come. And federal help comes federal money. And with federal help and federal money comes federal control. And Florida's been kind of braggadocious about a lot of things lately. So, yeah. Okay, well, I am going to go now, you guys. I love all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will do another live again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Karen. Bye, Rita. Ban Everything, thank you so much for being here, and Thomas and Linda and everybody. Bye. I don't know how to get out of this thing. I don't know how to turn it off. End stream. There we go. Bye, Diana.